We just finished up the new moon in Cancer this weekend. Let's pull some tarot about it. The energy of today's reading is that in the battle of self, you have set yourself free. Over the past month to 3 months, your drive has shifted from running from things to setting yourself free. And it seems like you may have been in the past somebody who ran from things rather than running toward things. Like you ran from lessons, you ran from hard times, you ran from things that you were afraid would make you be stuck in a certain place. But now you have shifted to where you're like, I'm done running. I'm only focusing on setting myself free. But rather than just looking for a way to set yourself free, you took a minute and said, I'm gonna sit for a minute and I'm gonna wait until the right opportunity. And now the right opportunity has presented itself to you, either or it's about to present itself to you. And so this is purely you setting yourself free. Don't give anybody else the credit. Don't give anyone else the satisfaction of saying, you know what, I owe this to you, because you don't. You are the one who set you free. I think that is a stray eyelash on my eye. I guess that's a sign to make a wish. It seems like because of the trials and strife that you've been through, you are in a place where you're a lot closer to the person that you have always wanted to be, or you've always envisioned yourself being, the perfect version of you in your head, where you're like, gosh, I just wish I could be more stoic, or I wish I could be more unbothered, or I wish I could be more empathetic, or I wish I was better at setting boundaries. Whatever it is that you've always wished, you have become that version of yourself because of the struggles that you have been through. But some of those things, some of the struggles that you've been through were brought on by specific people, people in your life that are no longer in your life because of the fact they're people you don't want in your life anymore because of what they have done to you. But they may have said things or done things or complained about certain things when it comes to you and said that you were a certain type of way or you did certain things and so on and so forth. Maybe they said that you were cocky or whatever, and that really sunk in and it really affected your mental health. But now with the place where you're at, you're like, well, I could see what they were saying. I don't feel like I was that way, but I do see how I could come across however it was that they said. And so now you may be tempted to give part of the credit for your growth to them. Don't. Because if the tables were turned and it would have been you doing terrible things to them, and it would have been you saying all of these, pointing out things that they may have actually been coming across as, calling them cocky, confident, selfish, apathetic, whatever it may be, judgmental. If you would have been saying these things to them, though they may be accurate, they would have not taken it as an opportunity to learn. You did. So this is your lesson that you've learned and that you've triumphed through. Don't give them credit. It's not their credit to take. Because of the way that things have been here recently, you may be tempted to think, oh, well, these are all too good to be true. These good things that are coming to me are too good to be true. These things that are working in my favor are too good to be true. And they're not. You are just finally aligned in a place where you can receive them. But also sometimes things just happen. Sometimes life just takes a terrible turn and there's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do something about is how you react to it. And you have been dealt terrible turn after terrible turn after terrible turn, and now you're being rewarded for the way that you've dealt with that. You were put in a position where all the things that you feared happened. All the things that you were afraid of happened. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of the practical ones that were real possibilities that you were afraid would happen, they happened. And you dealt with it. There were certain things that you were like, gosh, if this ever happens to me, I don't know if I'll make it. Trigger warning, I'll exit planet Earth immediately. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't. You stayed and you stuck around and you worked through it and you battled through it and you triumphed. And because of that, now it's time for your rewards to come in, and they are coming in. But it's not necessarily them coming in, it's that you're rising to them. They were already here. You already manifested this. So even if you're not seeing the evidence of this just yet, just know that they are there because you already manifested it. You already manifested it. You already claimed that it happened. You've already been planning for it. You've already built up to this moment. It's already happened. Start saying that. Say, oh, well, I know it's happening because I already manifested it. I don't have to manifest it anymore. I've already manifested it. Now it's just a matter of it laying down and laying into my path and laying into my life. I've manifested it. There's been a big energy of it's this or something better here recently, where every single thing that comes up where it's a hopeful opportunity, you have to just go, it's either this or something better. And I feel like you've had to say that a lot. You've had to constantly go, well, if this wasn't what was meant to work out, then that's okay, because what is meant to work out will happen. But after so many times of doing that, you're probably is it actually going to work out? Is the thing actually going to come through? So you finally just had to start going, you know what? I manifested it, so it's going to happen. And that's what you're still urged to do if you're not seeing the evidence of it yet, or if there's still parts of it. You may have gotten one thing, but not all the other moving pieces. So now you're just okay, I manifested it, so therefore it's going to work out. It's working out because I've already manifested it. I am aligned with my manifestations. I've done good. I deserve good things. Therefore, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It seems like you're exiting an era, like a long era of stagnancy and of things sitting still, and honestly like an era of rest, but like restless rest, where like you've been resting a lot but you still don't feel well rested. And maybe now that has just recently started to shift, where like you're finally starting to get like what feels like full rest, but you still need more rest. Like you feel rested but you still need more. And so that is now coming to an end, and you're about to be in a place where you're about to have to like run forward striking. Like you're gonna have to be ready just to go, and it's gonna be like bam bam bam, like one thing after another. But you're not meant to jump into every opportunity that presents itself to you. Part of this long lesson, like era that you've been in, has been around you learning what opportunities to jump on and sacrifice everything for, and what opportunities to say, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. I think I'm gonna pass this one. Like, I'll let it pass. And that's where you're at now. It's like you now have the luxury. You now have the abundance to choose which ones you want and which ones you don't want. So just be ready for that. Be ready to be diligent. Be like, just know that you have the wisdom and the knowledge and the lessons that you've learned under your belt to like say, like, okay, I can move forward, and I now know what options I should choose and which options I shouldn't choose. This isn't about confidence. This is about fact. Like, you have been through the lessons, so now you know how to choose. You know how to make decisions. In the past, it seems a lot like you've been having to do a lot of self-counseling. You've been having to like run yourself ragged in your brain trying to figure out, well, what should I do here? What should I do there? What does this mean? What does that mean? But that's finally coming to an end, where you may still be tempted to kind of like think through things a lot on your own, which, I mean, is not a bad thing. Like, you should always do that. Like, always take a minute just to check in with yourself and think through things on your own. You're in a place now where like you're either about to be, or you already are surrounded by a lot of great people that are going to support you. So like, if this is you, the Empress, like you're surrounded by nothing but kings and queens who like get you and support your short-term and long-term goals. You're about to be fully surrounded by a really great support system, if you're not already, that is going to be ready to counsel you and to help you in different eras and places of your life. And I feel like that's what you've been needing for a while. So don't push back if you finally get the chance to not be as independent. Kind of let some other people come in and give their opinions or make decisions for you if it's something that you're comfortable with. Like, it seems like you're genuinely about to be surrounded by like a soul tribe, soul family, or just like high up people that can help lift you up to where you want to be in the future as well. So accept that, know that it is true, know that it is something that is like good for you, and allow it to happen. Don't be too controlling, and don't overthink it so much. That's all I have. If this message aligns with you, it will find you, and if it doesn't align, keep scrolling. It costs $0 to mind your own business. Have an awesome day.